Good morning, fellow keyboard warriors. Today's video is on the pros and cons of purchasing a used Mercedes-Benz B250e, and this is the last year they made this particular model in 2017. So the pros, huge savings buying a 2017 model, about 50% off compared to buying new. This thing new listed for $48,000 in 2017. Mercedes-Benz reliability. This was made in Germany, and they did a great job with it. I saw the making of these vehicles, and it's just between the robots and the people, I mean, just well put together. And it drives real nice and super quiet. Now, one of the great things I really like about this car, one of the pros, is the powertrain, the electric motor, and battery are from Tesla. And the reason for that is that Tesla helped Mercedes-Benz, their electrification, their EV product, because before that, Mercedes helped Tesla with the Model S, with like the steering stock, some of the buttons inside, and it helped them out, you know, with the small stuff so they didn't have to manufacture it. So Tesla in turn helped Mercedes. So it was kind of a beneficial relationship, and initially Mercedes owned like 10% of Tesla. Well, in 2017, at the end of the year, they ended up selling the stock. And in 2018, they started production of their own EVs, and they started building this themselves. Because initially, what would happen is that this would be parts would be come over from California to Germany, and they install the parts, you know, from Tesla, and then they sell it back in the United States. So it was really transportation intensive, and now Mercedes can do all their parts and source everything in Germany, so it's better for them. Another great thing about this car is its small size. It has sensors, parking sensors and stuff all the way around. It's bigger than the Bolt, and the seats are more comfortable. I would say it's about a good foot wider and longer than the Bolt. So for me, it's really a perfect size, and it's very comfortable. And the batteries are located underneath the vehicle, almost like a skateboard type environment. So it doesn't affect the room inside the cabin, you know, the back seat or the trunk. So that's great. Now the cons on this vehicle would be the resale value, you know, is not great. I mean, when I bought this, and I bought this twice, believe it or not, from CARMAX. And when I first bought it, it was like $19,000. You know, it originally cost $48,000, and you know, I spent a couple grand to have it shipped over from California. So, but I only had like 8,000 miles on it, and I had another car as well, and it just really wasn't financially good for somebody who works from home to have two cars. I really didn't need it, and I thought because I used to travel a lot for my job that I really would need a nice car, and I really don't, because now with COVID and the way things are going, so many things are done from home, and a nice car for me is not necessary. So on a normal charge, it runs 85 miles, and they have an extension inside where you can run it get the battery to go up to 100 miles. Now Mercedes doesn't recommend that you do that all the time for wear and tear in the battery. And what I'm going to do now, the second time I bought it, is keep it on trickle charge during the day, and then charge it with the level 2 charger, which I have at night. So the trickle charge is like, level 1. It came with the vehicle. It's a Mercedes charger. Now, going about the charging, I mean, there's no fast charging. There's no level 3 with this vehicle. So you can only, charge it, on level 1 or level 2. I do have an adapter, so I can charge it, on Tesla's chargers, not their superchargers, but the destination chargers, which are level 2. So that gives me some flexibility. I also can use a Tesla charger, and I have one in my trunk. If I'm out and about, and I need to charge, I do have that ability as long as I can find a plug. And the Tesla one comes with a level 1 or level 2, so that's a good factor. But to get back with the cons, the color, it's black. So obviously I live here in Florida, so it's gonna be hot. I mean, right now it's sitting in an insulated garage, so all is good. But with this kind of color, it's definitely gonna be a hot vehicle. In the morning, I mean, you also can precondition it. There's a button inside where it can, fire up the air. But again, they recommend to, have it on charger while you're doing it so that you don't lose the battery for that. Now, a con for me, because, well, right now I couldn't afford to do it anyways, but they're no longer made with Tesla parts. So, I mean, this is kind of like a Tesla inside type vehicle because, it has a lot of Tesla parts in it. So I think that's kind of cool. So I'm kind of driving a Tesla, but I then didn't pay for one. So for me, I think that's kind of neat. So overall, would I buy this car? Absolutely. I bought it twice. So obviously, I really liked it. I tracked it down by VIN number. And at first, I tried to get it in Sarasota. I couldn't work a deal. And they sold, the company had it there, a small company, sold it at auction. And CARMAX picked it up again. And I grabbed it in Tampa and had it shipped here to Orlando. So I plan on keeping it. I really like it a lot. And, it's all electric, so it's pretty cool. So if you find this information useful, please like and subscribe. And I need to give a couple shout outs to a couple of fellow YouTubers. Nikki for Transportation Evolved and Richard from Fully Charged, because they really introduced me to, electric vehicles, the world of EVs. And Nikki had said in one of her videos, and it really struck home to me, is most people that go to an EV don't want to go back, and I tried to go back. I had a, nice car, and I just it didn't work for me. I didn't like it. So I went back, then I went to a PEV. I had a Honda Clarity, and I could go around town with that, but again, it wasn't the same. And then when this Black Beauty here, when she came up, at CARMAX, again, I grabbed it. And so I'm glad I did, and I'm gonna have a lot of fun with it. And if I have any other things to post about it, I will. If you want to post anything, if you want to hear anything, let me know in the comments. But you can. There's a bunch of videos on that. So if you need more details, if I missed anything, let me know. But again, it's a pretty cool car. I want to leave you with this message: is that Sun Tzu once said, "Every battle is won before it is fought." In other words, please try to plan and prepare for a rainy day. I live here in Florida, so we have a lot of hurricanes and we can have some bad weather. So, I have, enough food and water, for my family for, 3 days to, like a week. So, if you live up north or in the south, whatever, even Texas, where we all have, weather and power issues, please have some stuff at home so you don't have to rely on the government. Because it's not that the government's not going to help you out, but initially it may take some time. So, that's important. So please stay safe, and thank you for your time and attention. Mouse Ranger 62 out here.